The mayor of New York City was indicted. Did we just give that piece of shit ZELENSKYY some more money? Here's your government being willing to hand out money as fast as they can to everywhere else but you. Dude, that's the most hilarious shit in the world. I didn't even see that. It was fast as fuck. I mean, literally, I never lost a race. And I would race on a regular basis because that's how I would get gas money. Remember, back then I wasn't always sober. Man, if you don't believe in the Matrix, I think you're crazy. Like, this doesn't end well unless it ends. You can't just report the fucking obvious.
I don't care what a critic got to say. I got them picking up the pieces. That mean you really playing with your life. I'm about to come and
just
run
a motherfucking jump. Just go. And here we are. This is the Outlaw Apostle Podcast. I am your host, Troy Neff. The fucking guy. I'm the fucking guy. So, well, let's do, we always got to start off the right way. We got to bring Chase in. Chase.
Oh, hello. How are we doing today, Troy?
I am doing fantastic, my friend. I am doing fantastic. And I feel good right now.
Hell yeah.
In my shirt that gets me more attention than any other shirt I wear. Except, I got to say, the I'm the fucking guy shirt does people say something all the time. And they always, it's always wanted. It would be my best-selling shirt if I decided to sell it.
I would agree.
But I haven't decided that other people are the fucking guy yet.
We'll
that I am the one. That's why you don't have it.
We'll put I got this shirt from the guy. We'll hand those ones out.
Yes. So this is kind of crazy, man. I don't know if you paid attention to this or not, but and I don't know how many Americans. I wonder how many Americans pay attention to this or will care about this at all. But the mayor of New York City was indicted by the Department of Justice on a bunch of charges: bribery, soliciting contributions from foreign governments, wire fraud. All right. And this has been the investigation has actually been going on for a while, like where they've raided other people around him in his circle, you know, or people that work for him and stuff. They've gone into their houses, right? Yeah. Like, I think even like, I don't know if there was a new police chief or something, and they went into his place too. I mean, it's
they're cleaning. They're clearing house.
You know. And, you know, the guy's a Democrat,
okay,
right? He's a Democrat. And sometimes even Democrats say some things that are true. They do.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. This is what has been going on outside of this that I think matters a lot to this particular situation. And it's illegal immigration, man.
Okay.
It's the fact that you have thousands and thousands, millions of people coming across the border that don't get captured and released, that just come through.
Yeah.
And then you have others who are taken into custody and then released.
Yeah.
And then most of them, I don't even know what happens with that anymore because, you know, do you think these people really return on a voluntary basis?
Oh, no.
When they're supposed to?
No.
Or
No,
for court? Not. Probably not, mostly.
Well, I mean,
it doesn't happen.
I mean, they had that whole situation during COVID where they had them all bundled up in like a room or two. I don't know if you remember that.
Oh, the cages.
Yeah.
The Obama cages that they tried to say that Trump built. Trump used was what the previous administration had, and all of a sudden it's a big deal. Right. And then you had, that was a mess. But it's just what the problem was. That the problem was that people had been coming across the border prior to the Trump administration in catch and release. That's what Obama's policy was, is it was catch and release. And it's not a policy that works. It just doesn't. And certainly not in this day and age. and with the enemies that we have. And it doesn't mean we're against immigrants. It means we're for most of us who are against illegal immigration. And I don't know why that's not everybody, but most of us that are against that are actually for legal immigration.
Oh, yeah.
Now, there's a debate there too, and that's not part of my subject right now, so we'll just stay away from that because we don't want to go down a rabbit hole there, which would happen. But so getting back to this administration and Adams and coming across, and then you had the governors of both Florida and Texas taking some of the people that were crossing the border and sending them to other locations around the country, which was absolutely brilliant. And these places would complain when they'd get a few hundred or 1,000 people and not know what to do with them. It's like, that happens every fucking day in Texas.
Yeah.
And then them going to Florida as well. It happens every fucking day. So you can't handle 500 or 1,000, and you also are a sanctuary city that was supposedly supposed to welcome these people. Yeah. And how do you think they're supposed to do it here? Again, it's because the problem was bigger in the area of the southern United States, where we're at here in Arizona, that some places, if it's not happening to you, it's not your problem. Yeah. And I think it was great to show people, hey, this is an American problem. Maybe you should be concerned. And it's a mess in New York. It's a mess, putting people up in hotels and giving out cards and again, giving money. What did I hear about money given? It was an amount of money given out that was equal to the budget, like 39 billion or so. It was equal to like the budget of California. And it was equal to the budget of California, and California had 39 million people. That's what it was. And think about it, that's money that's being used to help people that aren't Americans versus helping Americans. Yeah. Just printing money.
It's America's favorite side activity.
Well, and here's the thing with the Eric Adams. So this was happening in New York.
Okay.
And at times, he would unload a little bit on the Biden administration. Yeah. And it brought attention to the problem. And here was a Democrat doing that. And there is no higher profile as mayor in the country than to be New York's mayor. I mean, to be New York's mayor is probably the equivalent, because of the number of people, right? Easily, we could say of being a governor. So he's like the 51st governor. Yeah. Really? Because how many people are fucking in Montana, for God's sakes? Okay, there's more people in New York City than are in Montana. Easily. Right? Very easily. But I'm just saying, it's a big deal. Yeah. It may be the big deal to be the mayor of Miami. Not as big as New York. Or LA. Not as big as New York. It's always been a big deal.
And it's not even the population either. It's like the culture around there too that affects it a lot.
And everyone has always known, or close to it, known, because I can't believe the number of people that don't know certain things. But if somebody could name a mayor, they're probably going to be able to name the mayor of New York versus any other mayor in the country. Yeah, we'll put it that way. So that means you're pretty prominent. I really think, I can't prove it, so you can call this a conspiracy theory. But this is the Biden administration. This is the Biden Department of Justice. Okay. They have been known to weaponize the Department of Justice and go after their enemies. They've shown a willingness to go after their enemies again and again. Look, I'm not saying he didn't do all these things and didn't deserve it. Yeah. What I'm saying is this. if he doesn't speak out against the Biden administration, he doesn't get indicted. But because he does speak out against the Biden administration, they go after him. And the truth is, what he did, a lot of them do. They all do. Again, I'm not saying it's right. It's not. But a lot of them do. But a lot of them don't get prosecuted for it. They only get prosecuted for it when you step on certain people's toes.
Oh, yeah.
That's when it happens. That's when they go after you. And he did that and was outspoken, and I believe he was warned, and he kept going because he talked about the potential for him being, for this happening, earlier. So, and now it has happened. There you go. But again, now how is it going to be spun now? Okay. So to spin it away from the truth, how I believe it's going to be spun is, see, we go after Democrats too. We go after people who, are dirty. It doesn't matter if they're dirty. We're going to go after them. All right. That's how they're going to spin this.
Yeah.
Versus the truth is, look at who is being indicted, and it's the ones that are speaking out against this administration. And now that I mentioned Biden's name, where the fuck is he? All right, come on, man. Help us, please. Help us. No, man, seriously, if you like the show, if you get something from the show, if you have a friend that's like you, because we want you. We want more of you. We don't want more of them. We want more of you. If you got a friend that's like you, send them a link to the show, and that's all we ask. Share the show. That's it. Just one. You only have to do it once. You don't have to do it 10 times, 20 times. Just once. Share the show. I'm the fucking guy.
Probably on vacation. Either on vacation on
is
a
he
beach
on a, is he on a
or
beach?
in a basement. One of the
Is
other.
he asleep on a beach? Well, it's getting a little chilly to go up to the Hamptons, right, and lay on the beach. I don't think you could do that right now, right? Probably not. He's getting
cuddled up somewhere.
A little cool for that. He'd have to go to a warmer climate. But it just dawned on me, dude.
Yeah.
Think about it. When's the last time you seen this motherfucker?
The last time I saw was he was on a beach. I think slightly after Kamala was reported to be.
How do you disappear as the fucking president?
He's not the president. It's Jill. Remember that.
Yeah, this is Jill. We haven't seen her either. That was the last time we saw him.
Yeah.
Was that cabinet meeting.
Yeah.
Where he turned the meeting over to her. That was it. Dude, he's still named the president. Presidents get on helicopters and go places. We see it. They tell us all the time, right? I can't believe we're not seeing him.
I think it's for his own safety.
At all.
I think they realized how far they let it get, and now they're just trying to avoid any further damage.
We have more months than you really think, because you have all of October, November, December,
and January,
and halfway into January.
Yeah.
3.5 months.
That's a lot of time to be absent.
It's a lot of time to be absent, but he really is. But nobody's. How come I'm not hearing anybody else ask where the fuck he is? Like, what? All problems in the U.S. stop? We don't have any issues anymore. Everything's just cool. The economy's good. Nobody's fighting. No more war. We're all good.
So it kind of does seem.
Did I hear? You know what? Pull it up. I want to know. Did we just give that piece of shit ZELENSKYY some more money? Can you pull that up?
Was it ZELENSKYY?
Yeah, there you go. It'll spell it for you if you have to. Like, when does this motherfucker ever come here and not ask for money? I think we just gave him some more money. Oh, Biden. Hey, Biden talked to him, huh? Glad somebody saw the fucker.
Part of a $61 billion package. Biden announced.
They're drawing down.
out in Ukraine.
7.9 billion.
Let's look at that chart. Top donors to the military aid in Ukraine.
That's what it was. I was wrong. That's what it was. The money that we've given Ukraine was equal to the budget
billion.
in California.
Yikes.
Hope y'all think that's great. Because it matters, right? Why are we giving $11 billion to Germany for weapons? Can somebody tell me that?
So these are all the different countries.
Can somebody tell me why we're giving $11 billion to Germany? Germany doesn't have an $11 billion?
No. Germany's giving that to Ukraine.
Oh, that's what they give to Ukraine.
Yeah. These are all the
I
different
thought that
countries.
was what we gave.
No, yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. That was going to piss me off. In a second, man.
We're handing out money to everyone.
All right. We still have a few more of these. All right. We have the shirts, information how to get it. The email and stuff is here somewhere. He's going to tell you how to do that. Okay. The felon shirts. We also have the blue ones. That's the fight, fight at the bottom with the fist. And it's really cool. We are going to have the bigger sizes on Monday. Okay. So this weekend. So by the time you see this, we're going to have it. Okay. We got it. We're good. And that means 2X and 3X, but I don't order as many 2X and 3X as I do the XL and large, right? But we still got these $30, $5 shipping. Okay, you can get just one of these. It's $5 shipping no matter how many shirts you get. Okay, so you want one, your friends want to get one, whatever. But the felon shirts, man, like this is it. This is the time. This is the time. Represent. Okay, represent. What we do.
You get $1 million and you get $1 billion.
Look that up. I want to know. I haven't looked that up in a while. What's the money we're giving foreign countries? U.S. aid to foreign countries. Yep, that's what you want to do. U.S. aid to foreign countries. Let's pull that up.
Deflorent? Is that what you said?
Huh?
Deflorent?
U.S. aid to
aid,
AID, to foreign countries. Yep, that's January 18th, 2024. Give us a little bit. Yeah, let's see that.
This is 2022, it looks like.
Wow. Economic versus military aid. Look at the money we're giving just in economic aid to them that we're not even talking about.
And this is only page 1 of 13, by the way. There's 13 more pages of this. We support every country in the world.
Well, you know what's funny, though? Bring that back up again. Go back to the beginning. But one of the countries I saw, low on the list, and it wasn't a huge amount of money, but one of the countries was like Japan. What the fuck we got to give Japan money for? Japan isn't a third world country. Now, these countries here are like Haiti.
Yeah.
We've already said Haiti's a shithole country, right? And we're giving them $309 million. For a little shit island like that, $309 million is a lot of money.
A lot of money. It goes.
What the fuck are they doing with that? Latvia, Croatia. You know what? Go to how many countries were there?
There was
181.
181.
Dude, have you ever even heard of that motherfucking country?
No.
Gabon, Gabon, is a motherfucking country.
Apparently, they owe us money though.
Is that what that
It
is?
says negative 210.
But that was military aid.
Yeah.
That's so funny. What is that? 26. Well, that's probably in millions or whatever. I don't know. But Belgium, why does it say that? It's weird. But France,
Yeah.
why we giving even anything?
United Kingdom, Portugal. These are like
What is
not
that?
struggling countries. Spain. I mean, these are all already developed countries already. Denmark, Qatar. I mean, Qatar's financially stable. I don't understand that one. Singapore. I guess Singapore. There's Japan. 1.454.
Wow. Comoros. You ever hear of that? Me? I've never have.
Couldn't tell you. Probably an island. I mean, we even give China 2.24.
Why do we give China economic aid?
Saudi Arabia, we give 3. What?
Yeah.
Papua New.
Dude, that's insane.
The fact that there's 181 different countries that we
give money to.
Wow.
Yeah. Did you put this so people can see this?
Yeah, everyone should be able to see this.
That's good. That's what I want Trump to focus on. Focus on this, too. Focus on this. This is bullshit, man. Fuck that. America first, dude.
Long list with some really long numbers next to them.
We're still giving money to Iraq, Afghanistan. When is enough?
Jordan's getting money from the U.S.
Yeah, what does Somalia do for us? South Sudan. What do any of those countries? We owe them for what? What do we owe them for?
To be able to tour around the country, maybe.
I don't know,
the tourist
man.
fee.
I don't know. That's
so over here on.
crazy.
I don't know if you see this, but best countries ranking, Switzerland and Japan are above the U.S., but yet we still financially support them.
I want to know how they come up with those rankings, how they come up with the list, how they make up the list.
A variety of metrics.
Yeah, thank you. No shit. I always ask the question after the question, you know what I mean? 73 attributes they used. Great. All right. Let's move on from that.
This is a rabbit hole we can get into.
Yeah, right. But it
is
sucks, man. People need to realize that. You know, I don't think people are owed, for one, but you all think you're owed. Well, here's your government being willing to hand out money as fast as they can to everywhere else but you. They're willing to take it from you.
Oh, yeah. They got to get the money.
You're not getting it back, but they're willing to give it here over and over again. So that's cool. Yeah. But yeah, I just wanted to bring that up about Adams. I keep getting it. It's the bubbles, man.
It's the ghost coming out. You know what I'm saying?
It makes me burp.
I cannot tell you how many times I have to like turn my head around because I get that
I'm
a
on
little
camera.
bit of gas.
Oh, this. That's the one thing about our show. Our show is real. It's like as real as it gets, man. And we ask real questions that you think people would really want to know. Well, at least I want to know.
I'm about to say, I listen, I learn. So, hey, getting one person is
well, you know,
having some information at least.
I think that's what people who do a good job, and you'll see that in the future when I start interviewing people. Mm-hmm. You'll see the hunger that I have to learn, mm-hmm. and that I don't ever feel a need to act like I know everything. Mm-hmm. But somebody who's willing to find out and learn. See, people misunderstand ignorance. Mm-hmm. See, ignorance does not mean you're stupid. Ignorance simply means you don't know.
Yeah.
So you should acknowledge the fact. And people don't like to do that. They're too insecure to let it be known that they don't know something. I'm not. I've never been. So I'm willing to acknowledge what I don't know and then search for those answers. And I try to search for those answers from the very best people in that field, mm-hmm. right? And then when I ask them the questions and they tell me, guess what? They've given me the knowledge now. Now I'm not ignorant. Now I have the knowledge of that, whatever thing or whatever that topic was or question. Mm-hmm. Now, there are going to be different levels of it, but obviously, but at least taking that in and being able to have an understanding
at a base
of that
level
topic.
minimum.
At a minimum. Of whatever I feel is important to me.
Yeah.
And that's, that's just, people got to get past this shit of thinking you have to know the answer to everything or you have to be good at everything. Dawn and I have had this conversation when it comes to talking about social media and doing videos, and people think I'm pretty good at it. They're people way the fuck better than me. Way, 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 way better. Now, I'm good on camera. I can talk and do those things and post and do all that. But, as far as doing it in a way and in understanding what's going to get me the biggest impact, I'm working on that. I don't have the answer to that, okay? But again, well, Troy, you did radio and you're really good. You know what? You know what it was like when I first did radio?
What was that?
I sucked. I was horrible. Horrible. Why do people think they should be good at doing something that they've never done before?
It's the ego.
Why? You should know. Stop expecting to be good at something you've never done before.
It's just like the
and you don't have to be.
Nowadays.
You don't have to have a certain level of, I don't want to say goodness because that's not it. You don't want to have a certain level of ability.
Yeah.
Okay. You don't have to have that to start.
Yeah.
You start and your level of ability will get better.
Yeah.
It's
nice
that
and
easy.
simple. Nice
It's
and
that
simple.
easy. It's that easy.
Yeah.
Okay. And just stop worrying about everything else.
I think it just all falls back to like social media and like the culture nowadays, right? Like everything's like you want to be that person that stands out or the person that can do this better than that person. I just think it's just like a normal thing nowadays.
I'm glad you said that because I heard somebody else actually today talk about that. And I don't know if I was listening to Chris Williamson, but here's the thing and what the essence of what they were talking about and comparison and comparing themselves to people and wanting the life of a celebrity or whoever they, are admiring and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. People want what that person has. What they don't want is what it took that person to get there.
Yep.
Or the things that person had to go through. See, you just see the good things. You just see the results. You just see me posting on my Facebook account. And I do this shit for a reason. Because I know some people is just going to think it's arrogant and I'm being a dickhead. Because I post the receipt from my dinner last night at Bourbon and Bones.
Okay.
And it was just me. It was just me.
Just want to go grab the steak real quick?
Can you pull up my Facebook?
Yeah, definitely.
there?
Yeah, definitely can.
Yeah, because you could pull it up, put it on there. That'd be interesting. Yeah. You like that? Does that look good? I love my Steelers hair. That's a good picture of Dawn and I, too.
Yeah.
She looks great
I
in that
agree.
picture. All right. Scroll down. Did you see my Kamala Harris one? That was so funny. Reader word salad. Well, I'm sorry. We're going off base here again because we do that shit because I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. He's trying to get me to stop doing this, but I can't help it. She actually said this, and that snapshot I took was actually of a video. That's why it's blurry. Okay, wasn't trying to be disrespectful. Okay, we have to guard that spirit. Let it always inspire us. Let it always be the source of our optimism, which is that spirit that is uniquely American, that then inspire us by helping us to be inspired to solve the problems.
Well put, Troy.
Are you inspired now? Oh my God. This woman, you know what? When you first listen to this shit, you almost, if you're not smart, to dumb people, this sounds smart.
Oh, yeah. That's what I was about to
To
tell
dumb
you.
people, this sounds smart.
That's deep right there.
To smart people, you're like, what the fuck did she just say? I swear to God, If you're dumb, you think that's brilliant.
Oh yeah, that's
If you're
that's
smart,
what
you
call
think you're totally like,
that's deep right there.
oh my God. That chick can go in more circles in one fucking sentence than anybody else has ever in talking. She is not the Black Obama. She's not. She's not the Black Obama or female Obama. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I meant female.
I get what you're saying.
She's not the female Obama.
Yeah.
No. I mean, whether you like him or not, Obama could talk. I mean, he could.
And he has a great voice too.
Yeah, had good voice. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. So let's go down here. There you go. So I went to Bourbon and Bones last night myself.
Nice. What'd you end up getting?
People asked. I had a filet, a small filet, medium. I had French onion soup.
Oof, that was delicious. That was delicious.
I wanted us. See, I can't hear really well right now. Most people don't know this. I really haven't told anybody. But my left ear is about 80, 90% blocked right now.
Blocked? 89% blocked?
80 to 90% blocked right now. This used to happen to me almost once a year, usually in the spring for a few months.
Is it like allergies maybe? Or
no, it's almost like a little kid who has ear problems where it fills up with liquid and shit. You know what I mean? And I've even had tubes put in, but they fall out. And I haven't had the issue in a while, but it just feels not good right now where it's just blocked, you know, and I can't, and I haven't been to the doctor. We even tried to do a candle thing.
I mean, that's usually what my mom would
suck
always
it out,
do. Yeah.
You know?
Do you know if you ever had problems with your spine being out of alignment? Because I know that's
my spine being out.
That's one. Really? I remember as a kid.
I've gone to a chiropractor all my life.
Yeah, that's like one of the biggest things that I did not know.
I need to go to the chiropractor.
Was there's like I forget what vertebrae, whatever, but if it gets pinched or something like that, it tends to create ear infections. For some, I don't know the science behind it, but I do remember it being explained to me because I went like 2 or 3 times. And they align your spine, and it should block out whatever it's getting like filled or whatever.
So I really didn't hear her when she came back because I wanted. They don't always have the small tails. Yeah. And she came back, and I thought she said they had the tails. I'm like, yeah, but then what came was a giant fucking tail, dude. This thing was like that big. Yeah. It was huge. That had to be tail that size had to be probably from a 3-pound lobster. That's how big the tail was. Jesus Christ. Okay, it was huge. Anyways, I had that, and then I had the sautéed corn, and I'm gonna say this, and I hate to say this because I love Bourbon and Bones, but last night the sautéed corn was not up to snuff. They usually have little tiny red chunks in it that are probably from a bell pepper or something, you know. Yeah. And there's usually some pepper, like black flakes on it, because it's sauteed and stuff. This was like you dumped it out of a can and heated it up. I swear to God.
I said throw it in the microwave for a few minutes.
I don't know. Right. I was really, really disappointed in the corn, and I didn't tell him I was going to. And because we had a problem one other time, and I don't know what it was that Dawn had, but they fixed it and everything. And the one little manager, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to call him, the one shorter guy came over and they fixed everything, and he was there last night. Because then after dinner, I asked for the raspberry sorbet. She said they didn't have it. I went, all right, I don't want anything then. And then he came over. He goes, she didn't know. We got the raspberry sorbet. And I'm like, okay, if you got it, I'll take it. Because it cleanses the palate. I like lemon sorbet if they have it the best. And if they don't, then they usually have raspberry, so I'll do the raspberry. But just small scoops. Yeah. You know, small scoops of the raspberry sorbet, just 2 scoops, and cleanses the palate. It's really good. Yep. And I didn't eat my whole dinner anyways. I brought it home, you know. Maybe I'll eat it. I don't know. But so I had that, and I had the truffle mash. Ooh. Was really good too. So that's what I had. So yeah, I just throw it up there. I just do it to just fuck with people sometimes, you know. And because you pull up the comments. Because this one guy was kind of a douchebag. Go. Yeah, the whole cash thing is like, get out. Like, you think they didn't like my tip because it wasn't cash? And technically, aren't they supposed to report their cash every night? Yeah, sometimes they don't. They pocket. I know that's what's done, but I'm so over the whole cash thing. But go. Is there not any others?
No. That looks
Did the guy delete it?
possible?
No. Keep.
Because that's the bottom of the comments. I'm not sure. Maybe it's under.
Well, the
something
guy.
else.
No, the Bullard dude, the Steve Bullard. Yeah, 22 replies. Look at that.
There it is.
Yeah. So this dude, he said, "Thanks, I'll never go there." So go further down. So right away, I did answer him. Yeah, you got to get all of them. Hit where it says 19 replies. You got to list all the replies. You got to keep going. Yeah, but look at what I come back at him as. This dude was just a dickhead. Look at my friends like starting to stick up for me, like, and I don't even ask him to. Steve Bullard, because man works his arse off and he decides to treat himself to something, is rewarding himself, and you come with a negative BS. I would never eat there. Whoop-de fucking do go to Cracker Barrel, because that's what I told him. Go to Cracker Barrel, dude. You don't want to go to a nice place, don't you?
Yeah.
I'm not saying he can't enjoy himself. He told me it was Cracker Barrel. He showed me Cracker Barrel emblem. Good for him. No, I showed the Cracker Barrel emblem telling him to go to Cracker Barrel, because I said where I went in the very top of the whole, at the very whole top of the thing. It says I went, where I went. Maybe because you should be reading closer. Cracker Barrel was a recommendation for you since you don't like yourself enough to ever darken the doorway of a place he was at. Shouldn't hate just because someone whom you don't even know, because this guy's not even on my friends list.
It's just some random person.
Just random person who commented on my Facebook, who you don't even know has the work ethic that affords him the opportunity to go to these places. He could pay for you and all of your 63 Facebook friends to go to Cracker Barrel, if you weren't a dick. Dude, that's the most hilarious shit in the world. I didn't even see that.
And then he just says he didn't even go to Cracker Barrel.
I'm just not going to spend that much money on a meal. You know what? When I couldn't, I didn't. When I couldn't, I didn't. Yeah. Because here's the truth about money. Let's just say this. That's some pretty funny shit, isn't it?
The fact that he kept going over and over again after
dude, it literally. See, I posted his thing. He didn't put a Facebook picture. Yeah. He put in his other thing. He put a picture of him and his chubby wife.
I think he deleted that one. It looks like
no, it was right there at the bottom, dude. Right there. See, I posted it. Up
in
the
background. I thought you meant the actual profile picture.
Yeah, he did never post. Well, dude, he's got 63 Facebook friends. These are people who are so bored and don't have a life that they have to go to other people's Facebooks and make comments and get attention. Yeah. This is the most attention this guy has got in a month. Okay, because who does he talk to? I mean, you should be afraid of this guy committing, you should. Yeah, he might do something, because look, that is not good. That is not good, And I'm probably not helping shit.
just adding to the flame.
But I do that just because that's why I put it up there. I put it up there to create content like that, to get somebody to say something stupid like that.
Stupid, yeah.
Yeah, that's why I do it. And the other part is I can. And the other part is my friend answered the way is, you know what? This is what I want to do with my money. You do what you want to do with your money.
Yeah.
But I want you to get to a place where you can do that.
Yeah.
And maybe we can't be billionaires, but here's one of the things I've said recently in talking to some people about some restaurants and stuff, right?
Okay.
Is that I talked about Jerry Jones, the owner of the Cowboys, and how he was quoted in the news as right before the CD Lamb deal was done, that, if CD wants to talk or whatever, I'll be at Nobu, And some people don't know what Nobu is, but people who do know what Nobu is know it's a high-end restaurant.
Okay.
And it's a high-end restaurant. There's more than one location. Mm-hmm. Okay, these are not chains like Yeah, they're. I guess you could call anything a chain if there's more than one, but there's multiple locations. But these are high end.
Yeah.
High end. And there's one in Dallas, and he was at.
Okay.
Well, I've been to the one in Malibu. I've been to the one, and you'll see stars there. You go to the one in Malibu on the weekend, somebody is going to be there.
Yeah.
There's going to be celebrities there. You may not care. People are like, I don't care if there's celebrities. Yeah, I don't either. Well, you know what I do care is I can eat where that motherfucker eats at. That person that just signed a contract, made $20 million for a new movie that they're going to do, I can eat same place they can eat. I may not be able to have and I'm not far. There's two things I don't have yet, right?
Uh-huh.
There's two things I don't have yet that I want.
Okay.
And that's to fly private, right?
Yep,
Remember,
yep,
I want to
yep,
fly
yep,
private.
yep.
I don't have to have my own plane, but I want to be able to fly private somehow, some way.
Oh, yeah.
You know, whether it's having the little lease deal,
Yeah.
you know, with NetJets or something like that.
Yes.
That's what I want.
Because then you don't got to worry about the maintenance.
I don't want to worry about anything. Well, if I get to that level, maybe I'll know some people and we can go together and buy a plane and then lease the plane out and make money and not really have, maybe it'll pay for itself. I don't know.
I don't know the numbers.
I don't know.
That, yeah.
I don't. But it's a possibility because you're hanging in that crowd then.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I want to fly private. That's a dream of mine, to fly private. Until then, I'm going to fly fucking first class. And I'm going to have somebody take me to the airport and I'm going to have somebody pick me up.
Yeah.
Unless where I'm going, I can't have somebody pick me up yet. Some cases, because I'm going to rent a vehicle and I'm going to rent a really nice vehicle because, again, I can. Okay?
That's all that matters.
That's all that matters. And so private. And then the second thing that I want is I want a Bentley.
Really?
Bentley's
That
my car.
was not what I expected number 2.
You didn't
to
know
be.
that was my car?
I did not know Bentley was your car.
Bentley was my car.
I mean, because you obviously have the Corvette and the Range Rover. I just
No.
Bentley.
Bentley has always been my car, dude.
Okay.
Always.
All black, I assume then.
No, Bentley Continental. Can you pull up a Bentley Continental? We're having fun. This is kind of fun. Stuff we can do.
Ooh. Yeah. That's beautiful. Look at the inside of that car is beautiful. Oh my.
No, the gray one right there, the GTCS down the bottom. Dude,
That's
that
the
color is sick.
The gray
That's
kinda-
sick, man. Oh, that is so gorgeous. Yeah, dude. See, that to me
So
is
describe to me-
better than having it's having the luxury vehicle and it's having the sports thing all in fucking one. It's having it all, man.
So if you had to build it,
You know
like
what I
color
could
and
do?
everything,
I could get rid of
the Corvette.
the Corvette
And-
and the Range Rover and just have this.
I mean,
But I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait till I don't have to get rid of something and I could just add it on because that's what I'd rather do. I'm sorry. Go ahead. You have a question.
I was just curious as to what the interior of your car would look like.
I don't know, but like
Do you have like a specific color? Because
No,
you see like
no.
the tans,
the
there's,
orange
like,
is
reds.
crazy. I'm not a big fan of tan
Me either.
because I did this
like
color,
that-
but
oh,
the
that-
orange is
that brown-
badass.
This brown one over
That
here.
orange is fucking
one
fire.
here.
Yeah. Because I've seen orange in a Rolls Royce. I've been in the Rolls Royce. I was in
yeah,
the
yeah.
orange is cool as fuck too. I mean, don't get me wrong. You know, the Rolls is the shit too. But
Yeah,
I,
it's a different
I
vehicle.
just like
It's a
the
different
I'm a
vehicle.
Bentley guy.
That's
I
fair.
just am. Even though the Rolls is,
More luxury.
dude, it's crazy. It's crazy. Because my Range, because, you know, I had so many Cadillacs in a row.
Yeah.
And I love Cadillacs, and I have a Cadillac tattoo, and I love Cadillacs. I still love Cadillacs, right? But the difference between my XT6, and I've had them all for the most part of the different cars. You know, I haven't had the V. My friend had a V that I drove. But I've had I've had multiple Escalades and everything in the
Escalades
long
are
run. I
beautiful,
loved them and still do. But the XT6 was very, very nice and perfect for me at that time in my life as far as size and everything. You know, it was the biggest of the little ones, of the smaller ones.
Yeah.
It was the biggest one. And much like it was really,
I was about to
really
say,
like
it's
my
pretty
Range
much
Rover.
the same car, yeah.
Right? But the difference in luxury, in driving that
On the
and
inside,
this,
yeah.
I would say on a scale of 1 to 10, because I won't, if we're to say this is a 10, then I would say that it would be a 6 or a 7. If we're to put it on a range of the best of the best, then we'd put a Rolls at 10.
Okay.
We would put a Bentley at 8 or 9.
Okay.
The Bentley SUV.
Okay.
Super cool. Looks. I like the looks of it better than the Bentley, but riding in it, luxury wise,
Comfort.
the Rolls, lights out, man. It's
Okay.
lights out. It's insane. I've never been in one before until earlier this year when I was in Miami with my friend. You know, it was absolutely yeah.
But you're still choosing Bentley over the.
Because of the looks.
Gotcha.
Because of the looks.
Gotcha.
And then, or you could just be like Greg and have both.
That is an
Greg
option.
has both.
That is an option.
That is pretty cool. That is an option. Yeah.
I mean, oh man,
Well,
yeah.
Yeah. Both.
Oh man.
And then, among other things, that was not the end of the collection. So then, so after that, so if the Bentley is 8 or 9, I'd put the Range Rover at 7. The Range Rover is close to the Bentley.
Pretty
close as far as
comfortable.
how it felt to me riding in it in the comfort. So it would be pretty close. I'd just put it maybe one down from it,
Okay.
you know, or exactly with it, and then that would make the Cadillac 4 or 5. Yeah,
like right down the middle.
Yeah, 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably how you'd have to do that. Not that anybody's. How did we fucking get here?
I'll
See,
be completely honest with you. I'm not quite sure how we ended up here this time around. Usually I have like one or two things. I think, what were we talking about? We were talking about
a 2012
the mayor.
Bentley still 70,000, and 08, 80, 2020 160, 22. Yeah, I know it's going to cost me about $200,000.
New? Because I'm assuming like newer year.
Like, you know, my payments now, you know, are around $2,000 a month each. And then I put another, basically, I rounded up to 3,000 on both my payments
even
on my
numbers
vehicles.
on payments are.
And then sometimes I'll throw a little more on it. And my bike's paid for. But the only thing I owe anything on of anything that I have is the vehicles. And that's just because I don't want them paid for.
Just in case you want to switch it out for a different
because I know I'm going to, I wanted to get it to a certain point where I'm not, you know, where it's not worth what I, you know.
Like want to like resell it for, like trade it in or
the value. Yeah, I want to keep
the value
it
of
close.
cars do change very drastically over time.
Yeah, and I know they depreciate, so I keep that in mind and how I do that. Yeah. Wow. Dude, you're killing me.
Oh, no, sorry, I went down the rabbit hole. I'm over here.
Yeah, don't do that no more. All right.
I think I remember one of my favorite things is like.
So we got all the way to Bentleys from talking about
the mayor.
No, it wasn't from the mayor. It was from the
Ukraine, like them. No?
From the receipt of me eating it.
You are correct.
Bourbon Bones, man. Come on.
That's funny. Yeah, because the first thing I thought about was the mayor. Because I know that's where we started, and then I was like, and then we kind of went over to like.
Now that we're on this, we're just gonna stay on this for a minute. How long we been on? What time we got?
50:37.
All right. So here's the thing. You know, because I've been. How do I like? We were at the high end of poor, or at the very low end of middle class.
Okay,
that's where we were at. Okay. And we were not a family that would ever apply for anything. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Even if
like
we would
have.
Like, I think we finally, at some point during school, like, I think I applied, somehow we applied for help with school lunches where you got it partly paid. Yeah. And instead of it being $1, it was 50 cents or some stupid shit like that. But we didn't do that for a long while. And then I think we did do it. And then not for very long. I don't know why. But we probably would have qualified for something
For
the
the
whole
free
time,
food, yeah.
but
Oh,
we
yeah.
just didn't do that stuff. You know what I mean? And there were no breakfasts back then. It was just, you got up and ate, Cheerios. That's what the fuck you did. And you poured a ton of sugar on it.
Hell yeah, you did.
Ton of sugar, dude.
Grip that to them.
Ton.
Oh yeah, that's probably one of my like worst habits that I had with sugar because like cornflakes, you
Yeah, we used
just
to do
throw a
that
bunch
huge.
of like sugar on top of that, throw like a banana in there. Oh man. Oh,
So that's it. Like I said, I got one new pair of shoes every year. And I
you
would
did
get,
say you were gonna get another pair into the.
they didn't. I got to check it out. Like if they fucked up or something, I should have
They
had
haven't
it.
came in yet?
I would have thought they would have came both at the same time. I just haven't had time to
you would
check it.
assume if you're buying it from one place that they should show up at the same time, right?
Yeah.
Because wouldn't it cost more to ship out two
Dude,
separate
they do that shit.
packages?
Even Under Armour. And I get free shipping usually from Under Armour because of what I buy or how much or whatever.
Yeah, like your loyalty.
But they'll still ship stuff and break it up, and it'll be 2 or 3 different packages.
That's probably one of my biggest pet peeves. If I'm ordering multiple items from a company, I feel like it should all come at the same time. I shouldn't have to wait 2 to 3 days to
Not
get
just
one.
that. There is a legitimate complaint about waste. Like with Amazon and stuff that I've gotten, that they'll send something that's in this and it's this big, and you did how many boxes and you
they
sent this
put a
stuff?
bunch
Like, y'all killing some trees, man.
They do that,
And I don't know how much recycled shit you're using, but I gotta say, it seems a little ridiculous sometimes.
It's like one of the Russian dolls where you just keep taking it off and there's another box inside. You're not even
Something.
wrong. And then they stuff the box with a bunch of like loose paper as well. Like,
More trees.
yeah.
Yeah,
They're
that's
pretty
what
good.
I'm saying.
They're actually really good at that. Now I'm thinking about it.
Yeah. a lot. Okay. So,
But the shoes, you're saying shoes.
yeah, we'd get one new pair of tennis shoes to wear. And
Okay.
and usually would be able to get whatever the cool pair was going to be for the year.
Okay.
Because there was going to be a cool pair for the year.
Yeah.
All right. I remember, the 1 year when Nikes first came out in 6th grade, and I just bought those recently. I think I've only worn them twice, but I have
have
the
them?
original. No, I bought the Nikes in the last year or two
Gotcha, okay.
that I first bought years and years ago.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I have those because I won them because they're the very first
Yeah.
Nikes that I ever had.
Yeah.
As a kid, it was kind of cool. And then the year after that, I had to be different than everybody else, but turf shoes were popular.
Like for soccer, like this.
Well, they had the little nubby things
Yep.
on the bottom,
Yep.
and that was in like 5th grade, I think, maybe, or maybe that was junior high, and we were meeting at the elementary school and going to junior high. So that might have been 7th grade. And I think I bought the Converse ones. I got the one. Everybody bought a certain brand that had some mesh in it, mostly, but I had to be a little extra cool, and I had the ones that were all leather.
Ooh, all leather.
All leather.
Interesting.
They were all leather.
Would you wear them just to wear them, or would you wear them to like?
No,
actually, like,
that's
play
what
and
we
stuff
wore.
like
That was
Oh,
our
the
that was
style.
our shoe. That was
Gotcha.
the style.
Gotcha.
And that's what we wore with our jeans every day to school.
Do
But
you-
we had one pair to wear every day. And then we weren't cleaning the shit back then either. Like I clean my pair every day now. Like I take off my pair of shoes, I clean my shoes every day.
Do you
My shoes
remember
always
what you
look
would
good.
like wear back then? Was it very like similar stuff to where like as a kid, like did you like care to like know what you're putting on for the day and stuff like that?
Did I?
Yeah.
Personally?
Yeah. As a kid.
I did. I'm not saying everybody else did. Or
No,
that
no,
was
I'm
common.
talking about you
me.
specifically,
Oh,
yeah.
fuck yes, dude.
Yeah, even as a kid, you always had to keep the style right and all that.
As best I could.
Where did that come from?
As best I could. No idea.
No,
No
it
idea.
was just kind of like something that just came with the
I
lifestyle. you
remember
lived.
that as very, very young.
Uh-huh.
Okay, because I can remember a really stupid story.
Okay, I love stupid
This
stories.
is a really, really stupid story. I remember the first girl that I invited over to like play at my house in kindergarten.
Do some homework.
Like, yeah, she was the tallest girl in the class.
Okay.
All right. And she came over, and I do remember this, like it's totally stupid. I remember I probably put on and took off 3 different shirts,
He was nervous.
I guess. And I don't know what we did. I don't remember that. Sadly, I don't know. But I do remember that.
Like going through and
I
making
remember
sure you had a
chasing
good
her on the
shirt
playground. I remember chasing 2 or 3 of them. You remember? So this is a true story. You know how like most little boys go through a period where they don't like girls somewhere, when they're 6 or something, whatever it is.
Like cootie
for
type
whatever.
thing or
they go through that.
Yeah.
And girls go through, they don't like,
Yep.
I'm still waiting for that to happen. I've hated some women at a certain point, but I've never gone through the stage where I didn't
like the presence of women.
That has never happened to me at any age of my life. That is a true story.
Man.
So like I said, it's not that like we did have, like I was able to do that. My aunt helped sometimes. I remember that. Like if I wanted something, my aunt would help get it, sometimes a coat or a jacket.
Oh, that was my next
question. Like I remember, like, I don't know, like I'm so much older than you. There was a time, I don't remember if it was junior high when it was, but members only.
Members only? Was it a jacket?
You have to be old. It was a jacket. It was kind of like a light bomber type jacket.
Okay. Yeah, I was thinking like kind of like a slight biker jacket.
Like it was a thing, man. And I had one.
So my next question for you. So do you remember like a piece of clothing that you were like really enjoyed?
And I would really like I would work later, cut grass, do different things. I'd get money so I could buy my own shit, dude. And there was a time when my parents offered to buy me clothes, like when I was in high school, and I was like, nah, I got this. Because I want to buy what I want to buy, and because it's my money, you can't tell me what I can have and what I can't have. Yep. And so that's good. So, okay, yeah, I don't want your money and you telling me what I can have and can't have. I'll do it on my own.
I agree.
Yeah,
no,
I
did something very similar as well.
Probably was just in my makeup to some degree like that.
I don't know about you, but for me, I don't like the idea of getting handouts. Yeah. Especially for someone like my parents. Because I know they work hard for that stuff like that. So I'm like, you know what? You go spend your money on yourself. Yeah. I'll go work. I'll make my money.
And there was a time, early high school, freshman year, when it was called preppy. It was called a preppy style. Okay.
Oh, okay. The style. Okay.
The style was called preppy. Yeah. And so you would wear polos, and polo styles, but wearing the brand polo was also a big deal, okay? And you would flip up the collar.
Yep. My dad has a lot of pictures like that.
Your dad. Yes, me and your dad. And then we would even, like there was a point where we got really crazy with that shit. We'd wear two of them, one over another with flipped up collars and a shirt over that.
The best.
Or, a long sleeve shirt or something like that. And when my freshman year, I was the preppy kid. Had the preppy colors, the preppy,
the brighter colors. Yeah. Almost looked like you were going golfing after school.
Yeah. And so the whole purpose, we've got off on clothes. Jesus Christ. I just don't know about this show. I'm fucking it up. So the whole purpose of this was not to talk about clothes. It was to talk about money and how I came up. And the fact that, I've been poor, even though I make poor sound really, really good. I guess,
you really do, Troy.
I do make
you
poor
really
sound
do make
really
it sound good.
Right?
A lot better than I remember being poor. Oh, man. But anyways, you were saying.
You had to be there. But like I said, it was lower end middle class suburb. That's just what it was. And so, and then, being an adult, I had things, bought things, spent stupid, lost everything. I'm surprised that I do what I do today because there was a time when, I was really bad with credit. Okay. And when I was young and just young and dumb and didn't have anybody to show me or teach me, but I did it on my own and buried myself on my own and had to dig myself out. And did. It was not a fun thing to do.
No, it is not.
But what I did to do that is I went to all cash.
All cash.
All cash. So if I didn't have cash, I couldn't get it.
Gotcha.
So I would not, because it was always hard to part with the actual dollar in your hand than it was to hand out a card.
100%.
And it would be the same today.
Even to like nowadays. Like
it would make me question it in my head. Yes, absolutely. It would make me, do I really want to break this? Do I really need that? Yep. It'd make me question in my head. Yep. So that's how I got myself right. Okay, I did budgeting, got myself right, everything caught up, and then used cash for a couple of decades, for a long time.
Really? That long?
Dude, it's just not too long ago that I started doing what I do now. Like if not within the last 10 years, you could have come up to me about any time and I'd have $2 to $3 grand in my pocket at any one time.
Just casually.
Always. Because I always had cash. And I always wanted enough for bail. True story.
It's a nice thing to have in the back of the head, no? just in case.
But always.
Yeah.
So always cash and debit card. And then sometimes where it really started to suck was some places would let you use debit cards to reserve like rooms or cars, and then then you couldn't.
Yeah.
They went both ways at different times, and that really fucked things up. So then I think we had to have one where we would never use it unless we had to use it for some like emergency like that. And that kind of started me on that road again. And then when I, feel financially successful, doing well now what I do is I use my cards for everything. I use an American Express card, and I use a Visa card. My Visa card I get points for, and my American Express card I get miles. And I get a lot of miles. And, I'll put 40 to 80,000 on it in a month and pay it off.
So you have a lot of points.
A lot of points. I move a lot of money through there, but everything that I can. And I'm mad I can't make my car payment with it now.
They don't allow you?
I don't think so. No.
That's a little weird.
But you could buy a car.
Yeah, so how does that work?
I don't know.
It's like maybe a contract thing maybe or something.
I don't know.
That's a little weird,
but I use it whenever I can.
Yeah.
I've used it for down payments even.
For down payment, really?
Yeah. Yeah. And then get the money out. Like I could have used the money, but why use the money when I can get the points?
And
not since I've had the American Express, I started out with I don't know, maybe a $5,000 limit or something. Yeah. And without me asking for it, I'm up to $35,000 now that they've expanded my thing to. Wow. And what I really want is I want the black card. Like, how much money do I have to keep running through you people before you let me have the black card?
I don't even know.
Because I mean, they make money. Even though you pay off your card every month, they charge the retailers like, what is it, 2 to 4%? Is that what it is? Do you know that as a bank person?
One more time, sorry.
Do you know what the cards charge the retailers? Because they charge the retailers anywhere from like 2 to 4%. I think
it depends on the retailer itself. Because I think it depends on the state
or what deal they have with the retailer, maybe.
Exactly. Because I know there's depending on bank, they'll partner with certain companies and stuff like that. But to qualify, you need to be spending over $500,000 or more per year on your Amex credit card.
Are you serious?
And have an exceptional credit score of 800 or higher.
Okay. I'm going to make, now I know.
I was about to say, you got
now
the
I know.
Yep.
So now I have a third thing, right?
Bentley.
Yep.
Blinking. Plane.
Private, flying private.
Yep. And now black American Express
black card. I'm going to write that down. We're going to have goals. That's my goal. Black card. Because if I have, you know what? Because I could put the Bentley on the black card. You can.
That is a big brain maneuver right there.
There's no limit.
Big brain maneuver right there.
That's so funny. And fly private. They're my goals.
Which one do you think you're closest to?
The black card.
Yeah. You probably get that
and
way
Bentley's
in a few months.
Close too.
I don't
know how far I'm really from the flying private. Maybe a little bit. I need another year. But yeah, the other ones I mean, the Bentley's probably is gonna be another year or so too. But
that's still pretty close.
But and I have one vehicle that I've only had a year, and one vehicle I've had for 6 months, and I've only been able to drive it for 3. So I want to get when they're a couple years old. Yeah. That's when I'll be looking.
Yeah.
When I look to change both of these.
Do you think you're gonna get rid of these in the future?
Of course I will. Yeah. I never keep anything, dude.
Car wise, at least.
Ever. Dude, the number of cars I had is sick, man. stupid sick.
We'll have to go through and make a list
It
of
would
every
be
car.
hard. It would be hard to do to remember them all. There's literally that many, dude. But
Do you remember like one of your favorite cars to drive? Maybe not like the best looking car, but just like being in the car just gave you like really good like energy, or like just anytime you got in that car you just felt good. Any car that like comes to mind when you think of that?
Probably the 68 Firebird.
That's exactly. I was about to say you cannot say that the flight. It was yellow, man.
It was yellow.
You cannot say that was not the number
it
one.
It didn't have the best ride because it was a 68.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And it rode like a muscle car would ride.
Exactly.
That's what it rode
Oh
like.
yeah,
You know,
you're feeling those bumps.
you're feeling it. So it wasn't that. It was fast as fuck. I mean, literally, I never lost a race ever, not one. And I would race on a regular basis because that's how I would get gas money, too. Besides working,
okay.
there was I had it my junior year at Penna County, which was a trade school, and when I was in construction electricity.
Yep.
So behind the school was some abandoned warehouses, and this was also a big railroad area too.
Okay.
So you would have these rows of abandoned warehouses and then a road going through it.
Yeah.
And so then, to each side of it, you easily had areas where there's nobody there, where you had a straight mile and you could line up and go.
That's a dream right there.
And so, there was one kid that tried a lot. He had a Mustang, and he had a nice Mach. I don't remember
Whatever
which Mach he had or what year it was. Early 70s.
Okay.
He had a nice Mustang. Right, his was close.
So
it was the ones that were always so embarrassed that I would. I'd be quiet saying this. That I would blow away would be the mid to late 70s Trans Ams, because Dawn had a 79 Trans Am. Like, they would want to line up against me, even with their 400s, and I had 400. You couldn't touch mine. No. Now with it wasn't. They weren't the same.
No, it is not. Not just because
I had to do a posi traction.
I mean, it's the same.
It was
thing.
not the same.
No.
And especially if you had a fucking automatic and you think you're gonna line up on me, dude. I could shift like a motherfucker.
I mean,
I was good
in a car
at,
like
man.
that. You don't even have to get it out of second gear. You can keep that.
Dude,
do you remember how fast you can go in second gear?
I don't know. I just
Pretty fucking quick.
Yeah.
So when that guy would keep racing you, would he come back with like new tires and like a new spoiler, or he just wanted
get close. He could get within a car length.
Okay.
But he just couldn't. But he came a few times. He came more than once. Usually you didn't want to be embarrassed more than once.
Yeah. So that's why I was a little
But
curious.
he was one of the few people that raced me more than once.
Nice.
Yeah. He was a cool, okay kid. That was funny. My whole point that I still haven't fucking gotten to, and I guess I'll finish with it just so that I could actually get there, so that this has purpose. And I'll just get to the point and skip over setting it up like I was, which is your money doesn't change you as much as you think it will. You are always going to do the things that you like to do, but you're going to do them better. So when we didn't have much money, and Sam was little, a few years old, so then I'm in, my mid 20s,
Okay.
26, 27, whatever it is, right? We would go places, and I think we went to Disneyland. And we rented whatever the fucking smallest car was, right?
Like a little Fiat or whatever.
Whatever. It wasn't a Fiat, but we rented, whatever the cheapest basic car was that we could fit our luggage in, right? And then, you'd fly cattle and you'd search and search and search until you could find the cheapest Spirit flight that you could fucking find, right?
In the middle, like 2 a.m.
And you're picking the time of year and everything so that you get the cheapest flight.
Yep.
And then we didn't even stay on the property. Okay.
Interesting.
Nope. We stayed at that little town right next to it, whatever that name is, I forget now. right next to it, and we stayed at whatever. I don't know if it was a Motel 6. You know what we cared about? We just didn't want roaches. Clean,
Fair.
And no roaches.
Yeah.
That was our objective
standards.
with the
The
hotel. That
standards.
was the standard, right? And then you're eating at
McDonald's or whatever.
Billy Bob's barbecue.
Is now.
No, it's Billy Bob's barbecue.
Okay.
Basically, right? Something like that. That's what you're doing. And I think we got tickets off of somebody like selling tickets, like where you could buy 4 tickets and then maybe somebody didn't use one of the tickets and they're selling it, like scalp tickets almost. Like that's how we got into Disney. It was like scalp Disney tickets or some bullshit.
You got in.
Whatever. Right? That's how we got
100%.
in. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah. No, I've been there.
Yeah, that's what we did.
There.
And football games.
Okay.
Love football. Wanted to go to football games. And we would I don't even know if there was Ticketmaster. I don't know.
Doubt it. I highly doubt it. Yeah.
But you would get tickets even with legal or illegal. People sold them anyways. And they would always say, and they wanted to buy tickets. And the guy that said he wanted to buy tickets was selling tickets. Okay. So we'd go up to a scalper.
Okay.
And usually the law was, if they weren't allowed to, they had to be a certain
discounted.
They had to be a certain distance away from the stadium.
Oh, to sell the tickets. Gotcha. Yes.
Sell the tickets. Yes. Right. So we would get scalp tickets. And I would go from scalper to scalper and bargain. And it just depends on the game and who they're playing and what the price was. Yep. And we would do pretty good. And, sometimes we did not sit very close. We didn't get the best seats.
Yeah.
But we did get to the game.
Exactly.
We didn't park in the best parking lot.
Yeah.
I did that later. I'll say that. We didn't get in the best parking lot. We would have to park away from the stadium.
Nice little walk.
Right? And you had to walk. You had to do the walk. And I had one piece of equipment for tailgating. One.
Okay.
And it was a Coleman stove.
Ooh.
With the fire. And one burner would burn a little bit better than the other.
Yeah.
And you couldn't grill on it because it wasn't a grill.
Yeah.
So I would have to grill at home. I would grill the steaks to just a little less than where you wanted them.
Yeah.
And so then when we would go to the game and I would do the eggs and the potatoes on the actual...
The heat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the burners.
Yeah.
Right? On the burners. And then I would put the meat on top of it once you could put the meat on the top of it to heat it up and everything. I would do that. But probably before that, we didn't even do that. We were heating up chili and hot dogs.
Hell yeah.
We didn't have the steak yet. Later, I did the steak on the same thing. But we started out with chili and hot dogs.
Yeah. I mean, simple, nice and easy.
And cheap parking and walking and tickets that just got us into the game where we could sit anywhere. We didn't care where we sat.
Oh, yeah.
And I think at that point, what did we have? We're starting to move up, and we had a Ford Explorer.
Okay.
And the first Ford Explorer we had was a stick shift.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Ford Explorer stick shift.
Stick shift.
Huh.
It was white.
Okay.
And then we upgraded to one that was an automatic and was beige.
Ooh.
Yeah,
you know it's fancy when it's beige.
Beige. And we just kept upgrading like that from vehicles. Yeah. But the first vehicle we probably took there was probably a white Ford Explorer. Okay, stick shift. And then we kept upgrading vehicles from Explorers and then eventually Expeditions.
Oh, man.
And new Expeditions.
Beautiful. I love Expeditions.
And then, we had multiple Expeditions. And then, what was the other one that they had? That because you had Cadillac and you had Ford had the. They still have them.
All I
now.
can think is F-150.
No, not Nautilus, not Nautica. What brand? Like, it's not Ford. It's why can't I come up with it right now? It's driving me crazy. They still make them. The big vehicles.
Mercedes?
No. Begins with an N. I'm an idiot.
Yes.
I feel so stupid right now. Just put SUV and N. Where do we see N? Oh, Jesus Christ. Navigator. Thank you.
Navigator. Lincoln, right?
Lincoln Navigator. I couldn't think of Lincoln, dude. That's how crazy this is. So Lincoln Navigator. Then we had Lincoln Navigator.
Okay.
Taking that.
Those
like,
ones are
yeah.
nice ones. Those ones are nice, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's kind of like the progression. Like
Over
that.
time, yeah.
So over time, we drove there in better vehicles. We got better food.
Yep.
Instead of, and I added to my tailgating. Like
That's
I
when it
added
really
like
exploded.
a sink thing. I added table. I added a nice grill. The grills that most people take now, those small ones that are like this, you know,
Like
Coleman grills.
Like a griddle?
Yeah, kind of like
Yeah,
that.
okay,
A little bit like that. We take that and just load up, you know. And then the food, you know, we went to fillets and
To lobster.
to shrimp, you know, as appetizer and stuff like that. Like, yeah, we upgraded. And we went from parking way the fuck out to getting a scalped parking ticket
Right next
that
to
would
the
cost
door.
me to $125 to park in the gold lot. There are 2 gold lots, and that's where the party was for the Steeler games.
Yeah.
You want to go to a Steeler game and party and tailgate, it is not worth it unless you are in one of the gold lots. And you want to be there because somebody's going to be DJing and have a whole set up there. There's going to be dancing. Right, man, you are going to party. Like legit. One of the best anywhere, everywhere. Because I've been to Detroit tailgates.
Not the
Ain't
same.
nothing like, not even close, brother.
No,
not
'cause
even close.
I've been to a few
I've
out
been
in
to
Arizona,
number-
but they're not really like.
It's not like this, brother. This is serious stuff. Like they are drinking and partying
Hell
and
yeah.
dancing, and there's some shit going on, man. This is a good time. Some good times. Remember, back then I wasn't always sober. You understand what I'm saying?
I know exactly what you're
Okay, I wasn't always sober back then.
Troy had,
That was
like, to have
before
a lot
my
of fun back then.
that was before my sober period. We had some good times in that parking lot.
Oh yeah.
That other journalists were not having. Other reporters, like they got to go in,
Yeah.
you know, and they had the
To
press
interview the-
passes. There's other press. We were the only press people out there partying, man. And then we'd go in and, oh, that's another story. That was good. And trips, you know, renting better cars, staying at better hotels, you know, and that's what it is. That's what happens as you do things. You always are going to do the things as you make more money.
Yeah.
Do the things you like. You're just going to do them nicer.
Yeah.
That's mostly it.
Yeah. Same thing, bigger stage.
That's it.
Oh yeah.
That's it. And there ain't nothing wrong with that. Do what you can do.
100%.
Do what you want to do.
100%.
Life is short.
Very.
Very.
Especially nowadays.
You know,
That
and
number keeps going down and
we're
down.
going to talk more about this. Y'all been sold some bullshit. You've been sold some bullshit.
Social Security.
Yeah,
retirement.
It's bullshit, man. And there's nobody that knows that more than me, as having been a financial advisor, helping people get there.
Yeah.
Because I had to tell people sacrifices they had to make now. And I was right. That's what I was taught. And it was true. That's the sacrifice you had to make now for then.
For the future. Yeah.
But you got to be very careful about that, man. You got to be very careful, because how big is that window then of how healthy you're going to be,
That's a big one.
or even be alive?
Yeah. I mean,
You know,
you can go
great.
walk outside.
You can retire at 60.
Go play golf for the rest of your life.
Man, that 10 years from 60 to 70 is going to fucking go fast, man.
Very quickly.
And how the fuck are you going to feel when you're 71? You don't owe anybody. You don't have to work. You don't have to do any of that shit. But you can't do anything because you don't feel good. You don't feel good. What the fuck are you going to enjoy when you're 71 years old? Where the fuck are you going to hike when you're 71? You know how many people can hike when they're 70? There's some out there.
Yeah.
There's
Oh,
some
yeah.
very fit people out there.
Yeah,
do that.
yeah,
But
yeah.
how many?
Not
Not many.
Not very.
Not many. Not most people in this fucking country. Y'all look like
Not in
shit
this
at
country.
50.
Oh, definitely not this country.
And I'm trying to, like, there's a different path, man. There's a different way we need to think. You know, I brought that up with Dawn today as we were at the gym, and people talk to us, right? People just like
come up and
a lot. It's getting to the point of being crazy, man. And when we walk in and people saying hi,
crazy good or crazy
no,
bad?
crazy good.
Okay,
No, crazy good in a nice way, man.
Okay.
Just really, really positive, totally positive. And I just wanted to like, and so she came over, like, she was telling me about somebody she had been talking to.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, did you get their number? Nope. She went back over and got their number and stuff and to hook up, because she has done that. Like, she just met somebody at Over Easy who came over out of nowhere, dude. How many people do this? Out of nowhere, come over to you and say, you know, something positive to you, how you look nice in your hand. Like
in Arizona? Maybe 1 out of 100.
So this woman did that, like, something about us and the way we looked or whatever, and then went back and sat down. And so Dawn went over and started talking to her. She had just moved here from New York.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. She don't have no friends. She's about Dawn to, like, now they were texting this morning. You see what I'm saying?
Hell
That's
yeah.
good. Like, meeting another friend. Like, it's
No,
out, if you put
I think
yourself out there, you got to put yourself out there. You got to be willing to do that. And as we get older, people tend not to do that. They're not good at making new friends. You know what?
Especially with time changing and stuff like that, having to adjust not only to like meeting people, but how you meet people and how you go about like all that interaction and stuff like that. No,
absolutely.
I agree.
But then I was telling like that, and then with this person there, like this is how, because now we have a connection politically. Okay. And you know, this person and what they do, we are going to be able to, well, they do go to a lot of political events and stuff because of what they do. Their business-wise, you know, what their job is.
Yeah.
Things. And so she's going to keep Dawn up to date, and we're going to go to some of these events now, where we're going to be able to meet some people we wouldn't be able to meet otherwise.
That's
right?
pretty dope. Yeah.
Right?
You just get like that door opens up just from one small interaction.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's what it takes.
No, but
but that's it, dude. That's a way. Look, and I told her, like, I'm showing you how to make money. And it's not using somebody to make money. It's just opening up doors and opportunities to get to people where you have connections and have the right things. And people come into your life when you're focused on something and doing something positive. That kind of thing. Like what they teach you, what you all are basically taught is how to read and write. And some people aren't taught to read and write very well still in this country. And
especially
that's bullshit.
in Arizona. I think we're like 48 or 49.
I don't know how. This is the best school shit ever going on out here. You sure? Because like school choice here is bigger than any other place in the country. But the problem is your cities.
Yeah. No, but I'm pretty sure Arizona's like bottom of that list. Let's go to bottom. Oh, wow, we moved. Wow.
Where?
We've been doing good.
Where are you at?
I haven't even got to us yet. Oh, there we are. Wow. That's, you know what? Good job, Arizona. Because I'm pretty sure 5 years ago, we were 48 out of 50 states when it came to, education.
But I'm telling you, school choice is a good thing.
Oh, yeah.
It's a good thing. And there's more school choice out here than anywhere. So that is good. But anyways, the point is, what they teach you, honestly, what they teach you is how to read and write. And in inner cities, not very well.
I was about to say minimum.
They just don't do that.
Yeah.
And they teach you this so that you can be a good employee. They want you to be a worker bee.
Yeah.
And be in the system. Mm-hmm. They do not teach you how to get outside of the matrix and be outside the system.
Oh, yeah. Can't have too many people outside
You
the
have
matrix.
to do that on your own. That's the only way to do it because it's not taught. So there's only a certain kind of people that are willing to step up and do that. Yeah. And maybe other people would be if they were taught or knew that was a real possibility. Mm-hmm. But right now, that's not the case. No,
it's not very common.
It's not common at all.
You get seen, like, again, like with the whole like Andrew Tate thing, right? Like as soon as you started saying Matrix this, Matrix that, people are like, "Oh, you're crazy if you start believing in the Matrix and this and that and that and this." So like it's just
man, if you don't believe in the Matrix, I think you're crazy. Like if you don't think that there's shit out there going on that's like, yeah, okay.
We humans have been around too long.
Yeah, you know
stuff
what?
Like that not to be
I'll stick with the
established.
crazy ones because the crazy ones that are changed the world.
Yeah,
You know,
Yeah.
you call Elon Musk crazy. That's the ones that change the world.
Yeah.
And I want to be amongst the crazy ones.
Yeah,
That's
no,
what
I
I
agree.
want to be.
Yeah, I agree.
So that's where we're going to end today. All right. That's it. That's what we got. The Outlaw Apostle Podcast. I'm your host, Troy Neff. I'm the fucking guy.
Whoa! Who knew I would make it this far? They hated, they never believed me. Yeah, I would never drop the ball. I know I make it look easy. Yeah, Mayweather with the defense. I don't care what a critic got to say. I got them picking up the pieces. That mean you really playing with your life.